Morning, happy Tuesday, happy book review day. Today's book is John Green's The Anthropocene Reviewed, and probably know him from Fault of Our Stars and Abundance of Catherines and Looking for Alaska and Turtles All the Way Down and all those. This is a collection of essays that he wrote during, I think, well, some of them predate 2020, but then some of them are squarely in um, COVID days. And so it's kind of also an interesting time capsule of kind of what's going on in 2020, although that's really not the focus. Really, what it is a series of reviews that he writes of things like Diet Dr. Pepper or velociraptors or air conditioning, and how he and his brother Hank really thought it was kind of ridiculous how everything could be rated on a five-star scale. And so that's what he does. At the end of each thing he reviews, he assigns a star value. The reviews are fairly short, and they do involve a fair amount of, like information about his life and kind of how he's connected to this thing. Um, I really enjoy his writing, so perhaps I'm biased. But if you weren't a fan of his fiction, you may enjoy his nonfiction, because it's clear how much research he does. And then if you're a fan of both, you will see connections in these reviews. He talks about Friends, and you can clearly see the connection to some of his fiction and who this person, how this person informed that story. Um, there's a review of Indianapolis where he lives, and at the very end, what he does that's kind of interesting is there are these little notes section, and so he actually talks about each of the stories in abbreviated form, where he talks about kind of how the story arrived, or where he found the information, or who told him this thing, or it's kind of a works cited, but it's much more annotated than that. And so I definitely enjoyed that. It's funny, and I like, in this case it was a nice book that I could kind of pick up and put down periodically. Uh, if you get the audiobook, he does read it to you. Um, I enjoyed the audiobook and then bought the physical version as well, because my kids will probably enjoy it. For I'm a little bit older than John Green, um, but he clearly lived through some of the same things, like the early days of the internet, and those things that resonated with me. And for some people who maybe are younger, who don't remember some of those things, it's a neat way to kind of get a little pop culture history lesson sort of as well. So anyway, I would definitely recommend The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. What are you reading? Thanks. Have a great day.